Good evening and welcome to tonight's show. My name is Christian Lockland. I am the Dauphin correspondent for Some Good News, which is brought to you by John Krasinski. And before you ask, no, I did not decorate the backdrop for tonight's video. Our top story this evening continues to be healthcare workers, grocery store staff, and all other essential businesses that remain open in this time. We here in Dauphin can't thank you enough, and we throughout the Parkland and the world, for that matter, can't thank you enough as well. Speaking of important people, did you see what the Dauphin Fire Department did earlier this month? They went in front of the Dauphin Hospital along with EMS and RCMP to give thanks to our local healthcare workers, and our local hero Cam Avery has a clip for us. Check it out. Good stuff, Cam. That's great stuff. In other news, the Dauphin Herald is also making people smile at this time. Did you see their latest ad in the paper? I'd call this pretty accurate, but it looks like the cat dodged the razor. As we all know, the original Mr. Bigglesworth wasn't as lucky, but good job to the Dauphin Herald for continuing to make people smile during these times. Also, in case you missed it, Justin Trudeau's new album dropped this week. Here's the picture, and here's some of the song that was released in his first new hit.
These are the things we know that prevent you from speaking moistly. Speaking moistly. Keep 2 meters apart. Speaking moistly.
Oh, that Justin Trudeau always having a time down in Ottawa. Thanks for the clip. Before we get to this evening's feature interview, I do want to mention that if you have good news in Dauphin that you'd like to report, check out our YouTube description and make sure you subscribe today. And as mentioned, now we move to our first guest of the program, and of course we're keeping physical distancing in play here. It's Dauphin Deputy Mayor Kerri Riehl. She's joining us from our house to talk a little bit about how she's doing with everything. How's it going? How's things been since everything started? How are you handling things?
Well, it was a little unsettling at first, being a small business owner in the community, not sure how that would fare for me. But I'm busier than normal, I think, and with the homeschooling, the days are quite busy, Christian.
Yeah, so what's like a normal day look like right now?
Well, I get up at about 6 and have some me time for coffee alone. Then the household wakes up, the dogs wake up, and everyone's up. And so I have breakfast. I have perfected the omelet. It's taken me 52 years, but I've perfected the omelet. And then by about 9, we start homeschooling and go from 9 to 12. Then we have lunch. Then in the afternoon, we'll do some sort of form of exercise or a nature walk or try to get out. And then about 4 o'clock, I get ready and go to work till about 9 or 10. And then come home and do a little bit more work for the business, and then go to sleep and start over again in the morning.
So obviously still working. What, like your son, what are you teaching him in homeschool right now?
Well, I've promoted myself to principal.
Good.
I thought I deserved that.
Yeah.
He's learning, I'm learning patience and math, that I'm no good in math, and he's much better in math than me at age 10. And so it's actually, there's a lot of resources out there. It's been very good. And actually he's doing very well, and we're loving that part of the isolation.
That's for sure. So I guess when you go outside, you talk about isolation inside, you go outside. I guess when you're doing stuff just not work-wise, what are you doing, like social distancing, all that sort of stuff, like riding the bike, in the garden?
Well, I'm actually excited that we can maybe start raking the lawn next week. It's
Yeah.
almost dried up enough.
I'm
It's the
pretty
first
excited
time
about that too.
First time I've been excited about that. I do love the yard. We go in the bush. We've done, gone out and done built a fire and had a cookout and done some nature walks. Seen some really neat nests along the way of birds. And we've been on our bikes, take the dogs for a walk, just things like that.
So you mentioned the omelet thing. I haven't figured that out yet. I tried probably a couple days ago. Didn't go very well. But is there anything else that I saw you tried making a pizza. That didn't go too well. Is there anything else that you've learned over the last couple weeks that we've been in kind of the isolation?
Possibly. Yes, I've learned that do not put a frozen pizza into you put it on a pan.
Okay.
Or there's cardboard. So that caused a grave mess. And I guess it was time to clean my oven.
So don't feel bad because I've done that before. I think that was I've done it before. I'm probably, it's probably sad to admit that I've done it multiple times, but it is what it is. Do you have any good stories in the last couple weeks that you can think of the time? I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you have anything good story-wise to share with everyone?
I think the something that I've learned or maybe have forgotten is, one weekend we're at a hockey tournament and playing hockey and have a date set up for a wind-up, and then all of a sudden how quickly things change. What I am noticing is that people are adapting wonderfully. People are decorating their windows, virtual workouts, so many different ways. My mom has learned to use Skype so that we can still talk along with my sons. So that it's interesting to find out how quickly people can adapt to change.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Well, thanks. Well, this is change right here. Normally we talk face to face and now we're talking on a computer screen. And that's the same with council. We just figured out, there's a lot of people that knew about this already, but from a council side, we just started doing the online stuff. And I think I really like it. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's great.
I really like it, but I think I need to step up my game and realize that when you wear a suit and tie, that perhaps I need to dress a little better next time.
I'm just here to make people laugh, but thanks for coming on the show, the first show, hopefully the first of many. Thanks, Deputy Mayor Kerri Riehl.
Okay, take care, Christian.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again, Kerri. That was a great interview, and we hope to have another guest next week. Oh, what's that I hear? Mail Cat's here, one of our most exciting segments of the show, and let's bring in Mail Cat right now. He's bringing us mail for this week. He's going to give us his deal of the week. Come here. Mail Cat doesn't want to cooperate this week. Here he comes. We got him. And Mail Cat, here, have some treats. There you go. Mail Cat has got our Parkland shopper for this week. And he's got his deal of the week as well. This week in your Parkland shopper, you can pick up the No Frills flyer, as well as the Co-op flyer, Walmart flyer, and your Parkland shopper. What is your deal of the week this week, Mail Cat? Oh, there it is. I told you need to get human discounts, not cat discounts, but this week we'll let it slide. Next week you have to find legit discounts for humans. But there's your deal of the week, thanks to Mail Cat, and we'll send him off right now. Thanks for coming. We'll see you soon, Mail Cat. We'll see him next week. Before we go, our final segment of the show is with Notorious B.A.G. That's Al Gaines. He's going to be reviewing Netflix shows for us. A lot of people inside nowadays tuning into Netflix and all other apps on their smartphones and smart devices. Al Gaines, what do you got for us today?
Thanks, Christian. Hey, everybody. just watching some shows. This time we're going to review Hunters on Amazon Prime, a show Ken Shaw said, I like it too much to watch more than one episode a day, and another where Kerri over at FUD said, what's Amazon Prime? So, getting into Hunters. It stars Al Pacino and that kid from Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and whatnot. It's also got a lot of other recognizable faces, like even Brad Radner. You might remember him on How I Met Your Mother. Totally different character in this one. It's basically taking place in the late 70s. And if you're a fan of Nazis, and I know you're not, you're going to enjoy it because, man, oh man, Nazi hunting. That's basically the premise. Jordan Peele is the executive producer. You know him from Key and Peele, but you also know him from the other horror movie, Get Out. So that's pretty cool. It's 10 episodes long. Each episode is almost an hour. The first one's an hour and a half. And if you watch it, the first 5 minutes will just blow your mind. So, yeah, my review on Hunters is I can't wait for a second season. Give it a watch. You can do it within a day because we're all snuggled up here getting ready to have a great binge-watching season instead of doing summer stuff. Back to you, Christian.
That sounds like a great show, Al. I'll be sure to tune in later this week. And that does it for tonight's show. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. And of course, before we let you go, we've got to say thanks to our special guests. Of course, Al Gaines, one of them, and Kerri Riehl, the Deputy Mayor of Dauphin. Thanks for tuning in tonight and being a part of the show. And before we do leave, we want to remind everyone to be kind to one another. That's the news. I'm Christian Lachlan for Good News Dauphin, GND. We'll see you next week.